Hello, viewers. You're welcome to Coding for AI. My name remains Vincent Hope. So, we are still on our building our AI chatbot, lesson 10. And this happens to be our final lesson in the series. So, what are we going to treat today? Lesson 10, which is like a bonus, how to reset and view your knowledge base. That means if your knowledge base has been populated with answers and responses or questions and answers, how do you reset it? How do you add that to your code if in case you want to add new instructions or new answers and questions and answers? So let's jump right into it. So the first thing we need to know, what do we need to learn? We need to learn how to manage, inspect, and reset a chatbot memory. Okay, so what is the first step? Let me double click this now. So the first step is to understand what the knowledge base is. All we've been doing in this lesson, this series, especially from lesson 2 and 3, is to understand what your knowledge base is. The knowledge base is stored in a file called knowledgebase.json. It contains a list of questions stroke answers chatbots can refer to when answering user queries. So that is what your knowledge base file is, or your knowledge base file is. Now let's make progress. Now the step 2 is how to reset a knowledge base to clear all existing questions and answers. Remember, the knowledge base has been created with a set of questions and answers. So if you have imputed and you decide to clear it up, what do you do? So let's define some functions here. So define reset knowledge base in knowledge base function. Now KB equals to questions. Then you see here we are supposed to put a set of questions and answer, but now you discover it's an empty cell. Let me explain. If we go to lesson 8, for example, this is KB here equal to those questions, and the questions were here. How do I reset my password? And the answer provided. The question here, how do I change my email? The answer was also provided. But in this lesson, you discover that the questions, nothing is inside. So it simply means empty list of questions. So you save the knowledge base, which in this knowledge base.json KB, print knowledge base reset after if you want to reset. So the reset function is this code here, reset knowledge base. Now what does it do? It replaces the current content of the JSON file with an empty list. That is what this code does here, and saves it and prints it. It is useful when you want to wipe the chatbot memory and start afresh if you do want to do that. But if you don't want to do that, you can omit this code. So that's why it's called a bonus lecture. So let's move on. Let's move to step 3. So how do we achieve that? Okay, as we normally do, let's run this code. Just run it. Okay, there's an extending question I need to reset. Let me go back quickly and exit it. Sorry, I'll just type quit here and go back quickly. Press enter. Goodbye. Okay, so now I can go back and run my code. So we were here, the reset knowledge base. So I can run it now. It will not give me that error. Now, if I go back, continue to step 3, how to view the knowledge base to inspect what the chatbot knows. We did that in the previous lesson, but let's review it here. So define view knowledge base. KB is equals to load knowledge base, and you put the knowledge base file knowledgebase.json for item in KB questions, print FQ items questions, then item answer. Now what does this do? It loads the JSON file and prints every question and answer pair. Secondly, it's helpful for debugging or checking for errors or just checking what's inside. So let's also run this in the memory. Now, we'll use this tool, both the reset and the view knowledge. We'll put it in the full code to build a chatbot. So this is the full code to build the chatbot. So we have import JSON, which we've been using all this while to bring in the JSON module. Import operating system if you don't want to overwrite it. You want to continue to use what is there. Import difference library to enable you every time the user enters something that is close or related, the chatbot will still respond positively. So let's take all the steps together. Step 1, initialize the knowledge base file. So initial data equals to question. So these are the questions in the knowledge base file. We have what is Python. Python is a programming language. Question 2, how are you? Answer, I'm just a bot, I'm doing fine. Question 3, what is AI? AI stands for artificial intelligence. So this is the question. Now, if not OS part exists, knowledge base.json with open knowledge base, write as file, JSON dump initial data. That means what you are simply telling it, add this information into the existing JSON file without overwriting it. Now, step 2, the helper functions. So the helper functions, we defined load knowledge base to load the file part. We treated this extensively in the previous lesson. The other second function is save the knowledge base after you have loaded it. This is also the second function, which is to save the knowledge base. The third function is normalize text in case there's a space or a capital letter. So everything is returned to lower letters so that the chatbot can recognize it. Then the fourth function, find best match. Find best match user input. This function is used to find the closest answer to the best match to the answer that is being typed or imputed by the user. And we have done that extensively in the lesson 8 and 9. So go check it out. Then another function here, which is get answer match question. So this get answer, to get the answer, let me scroll down a bit. This is to get the answer for after the user has entered his input. Then step 3, reset the view and view knowledge base, which is what we just added. So look at it now. You also define the reset knowledge base. We talked about each of these codes previously. Then you also define the view knowledge base. We talked about these codes previously. Now, if we make progress, we say else print knowledge base content inside, print everything in the knowledge base. Now, step 4, the chatbot. We defined this chatbot extensively in the previous 2 lessons. So print hello, ask me a question, exit, print chatbot, type view to see what I know, type reset to clear my knowledge. Now, while true, input what the user will enter. If user input is low, so all these codes were extensively treated in the previous lesson, except for this, the code for quit was treated, but now we have something added. We have the elif. If user input lower, it equals to view. That if the user types in view knowledge bot, use the view knowledge base, that it will show what is in the knowledge base. Else if the user type reset knowledge base, remember these functions reset and view have been defined. So this is view knowledge base, and this is what reset knowledge base. So when you type reset, it will carry out this function. When you type view, it will carry out this function. So let's make progress. So then else load knowledge base, best match, find best match. If best match, answer, get answer. So if the user doesn't type quit, doesn't type view, doesn't type reset, the program should respond to the user's inputs and print. If it doesn't get it, it says, I don't know the answer, can you teach me? Or you can type or skip or whatever. It will now save it. and you now run the chatbot code. Now let's carry it out and see how it works, how it all works out. Okay, let's work out. So let me run this code here. I run it. Okay, it's here. It said this is the bot. Now hello, ask me a question, type quit to exit, type view to see what I know, type reset. So let me type a question. What is AI? Question. Okay, it said AI stands for artificial intelligence, which is exactly what is in the question here. AI stands for artificial intelligence. So other questions: how are you? What is Python? Let us quickly run that. Okay, how are you? Question mark. I'm just a bot, but I'm fine. So what was the other question? Let me see if I quickly go back and so I can remember. The last other question was what is Python? So let's go down and type what is Python. So we type also what, come here, type what is Python, question mark, press enter. Say Python is a programming language. Now let's type something that it doesn't know. Let's say, okay, what is the name of the author of Python, for example? Let's just use something like that. The author of Python, press enter. He says, I don't know the answer, can you teach me? Okay, let me type, okay, who is the founder of Microsoft? Press question, press enter. He said, oh, sorry, he said I should teach it, so I'm supposed to type another question. So let me start it again. Who is the founder of Microsoft? Question, press enter. He said, I don't know, teach me. So I simply type Bill Gates and I press enter. Say, got it, thank you. Now, remember, we are supposed to use several questions. So what are we supposed to type? We said, if you want to view the content of the chatbot or the questions inside, we simply type view. Okay, so if we type view here now, let's click view or type view, press what? Enter. Now it will show me all the contents. Look at the knowledge-based contents. What is Python? It gives the answer, question and answer. How are you? Question and answer. What is AI? Question and answer. What is the name of the author of Python? Who is the, I entered the wrong question, so it's taking that as the answer. Then who is the founder of Microsoft? It says Bill Gates. So these are all the contents. Now, how do we reset it? It has already been defined here as in a reset code. So I simply come here and type what? Type reset, and I press enter. It will tell me knowledge base now what? Reset. That means it has been cleaned off. Now, if I want to quit, what do? I simply type what? Quit, and I press enter. So this is how you can reset the knowledge base or the memory of a chatbot and also view its contents. So this is the full code. Let me start from here so that you can view it in this video. So I go gradually. This is the full code of it. So in case you are try to use it to do your own practice. So this is the full code. 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 Okay. You are viewing it gradually. Again, run it fine. So this is where it terminates. So you can enter that and run it. It terminates at the chatbot. So I hope you have learned something from this series of lectures of how to build an AI chatbot using code, and the language we used is Python. So My name remains Vincent Hope. Thank you for staying with us throughout this beautiful series. I hope you have learned enough, a lot. So thank you.